We're in the garage with the Comanche.
Back on the Comanche. We took a little bit of a break from this to work on my Jeep, doing the LS swap. We made pretty good progress on that.
Pretty good progress.
So now we're back on this before we get back on that, so we can get back on this.
Waiting for a few odds and ends for the LS swap. So while we got some downtime, we'll just we'll get back onto this. We're trying to get the majorities out of the way.
Yeah.
Getting the firewall situated, get it in, get it done, get the gearbox planted. We're gonna have to get some seam sealer under the dash so we can start putting the dash and everything back together. Jonathan's been working on the floorboards, cutting the pieces. We're just gonna patch panel them right now because realistically the whole floorboard needs to be done. So
it's not. I mean, it's spots of it were bad. Spots of it you could see through, but 3 inches outside of that was pretty solid. So we'll be able to repair it, and it'll be.
Yeah, unless this thing's on its top, you ain't gonna know it.
Yeah.
And let's try not to do that.
Keep the tires down this time.
This go around.
But we're making good progress on this thing now. I think once the firewall swap and the floorboard patching and all that stuff's out of the way. I mean, it sounds crazy to think that putting 1 tons and an LS in this thing will be the easy part.
Yeah,
but honestly,
no kidding.
Honestly, that will be more straightforward than what we've spent the last month doing here.
But I mean, other than that, it's I kind of lost my train of thought.
Yeah, what is it?
I just really want to see this thing back together.
We're getting there. We are getting there.
We are. We got like between here and the LS fire up and having. There's a couple other things that the majority pieces that we need to get the motor and transmission and everything in this thing. We're kind of pumped up on the 2 projects there. Now it's getting to the point where it's like, well, let's work on this one. Yeah, but I want to work on this one.
I know.
Type of deal now.
Yeah. Which
is cool because, and I think basically what we need to is we need to get back in the woods. It's been a minute. That's all we've been doing is working on these things. And I'm sure everybody's aggravated.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that.
So we got the gearboxes mocked up, which on the MJs, apparently they didn't come factory with the holes in the passenger side or the right-hand drive, which I guess all the Cherokees did.
Well, they got holes in them, but from what I was looking at, this is a 98 out here, and it has the holes cut out over here, but it doesn't have any braces on the inside. So if you bolted it up, it would just collapse like we would have here.
Yeah.
So those are no better.
Okay. So this thing's we've drilled all the way through the horn, and we're going to put some sleeves in it and weld those in. So it's got something solid to bolt up to. We got the steering column in it and the brace for the steering column's in there. Just kind of mocking this stuff up, see what it's going to look like.
Yeah, so kind of actually seeing it as getting back together in one piece.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do it, but I guess we're going to do removable doors. Oh, well, we're going to do it now because
they've been cut off.
They're not on there anymore. So that and summertime's coming around. I would like to be able to squeeze some half doors in, but I think we're
already pushing it.
Because what was we looking at the end of the month for this thing to be?
Yeah, it's the 15th.
Yeah.
It is the 15th.
I figured it wasn't going to happen.
But it'll be worth it. We're getting there. No point rushing.
We're just going to keep plucking along. I know we still got to get the material to build the roll cage because I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again.
step closer to having a solid floorboard. What?
Bring it down right there.
That's it, guys.
That's
Thanks for watching.
yeah, it's
Part
done. I mean, we're probably throw the tires on it tomorrow and fucking hit the trail.
Coming up in part 4, we test drive it.
So we've got some grinding to do.
I mean, after the firewall stuff. Like, what's the next thing we're gonna tackle? Interior, engine,
Oh yeah,
suspension,
definitely.
axles.
Dash has got to go back in it. Of course, we showed the fitment of the column, putting the gearbox and everything, getting everything fitted up. But yeah, the next is I want to see a dash in this thing.
We'll do it.
Got the motor mounts for the 6.0. Probably what we need to end up doing is before too long we need to set that motor in here. And do
I thought we do that next. You can drive it with no dash. You can't drive it with no engine.
Yeah, I ain't worried about a dash.
You just said you want to put the dash in.
I said I wanted to, but I didn't say I was worried about it. But that way we can mock up some. Being that this thing is right-hand drive, we're not 100% sure on how exhaust and everything's going to work for the steering column. But I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Just depending on what exhaust we run. I would really love to get away with running manifolds, but
Factory manifolds.
yeah. I mean, it's also like Corey said earlier today. It's being an ex-exhaust man, it would, if anybody could make one work, it would be me. And it would be cool to see if I could make it work.
Just do it like an old school log style.
That ain't a bad idea. That might be something to look into.
Who knows what it would sound like?
Who cares? The next time to the Comanche, the male Comanche, hopefully it'll have a dash and maybe a 6.0 sitting in the engine well. Who knows? Well, it ain't gonna be who knows. That's what's gonna happen. We ain't got no choice. We got too much time and money invested in this right now, and we gotta see it. We gotta see it through. We say it all the time, and hopefully one day we'll see you on the trail if we get one of these fixed. So y'all. But yeah, that's what
What Jeremy say? Learn how to drive.
Yeah. Learn how to drive. Yeah. It keeps me up at night thinking about what he said.